Welcome, everybody, to a special call for Crypto World Evolution. Today, I have two very exciting guests on the line with us, and that is Mike Hall and Justin Paletti. So, Mike, I'm going to unmute both of you.
Hey, Tina, how are you?
I'm super. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on today.
Thank you very much. We have some exciting things coming up, and I know Justin is going to help us with some of the new bot information. And I want to get right into some very exciting things. I heard a call recently, and I didn't share this with you, but I heard a call recently that you had done, and you were talking about the crypto market and CWE and how that works together, and why now? Why is that such a good fit right now?
Is that a question for me or is that for Justin?
No, that's for you. And just from the sense of, CWE is very powerful, and I know sometimes we become very focused on certain aspects, but what I personally love about CWE is the fact that we have two elements to it, and we have the software side of it, and we have a marketing side of it, and just how powerful both of those are. And with cryptocurrency, I don't know that if everyone's really staying in touch with what's going on, so much of it's not in the news right now. There's a lot of undercurrent things going on, but big names like Goldman Sachs and Bloomberg, and there's just a lot of movement going on, but it's, unless you're already plugged in a little bit to cryptocurrency, a lot of people aren't noticing it. And so there's this, to me, it feels like there's this big like tidal wave coming. And I had heard, and I apologize for not sharing that with you, but I had heard it was an audio that you had done maybe a week or so ago, and it was just super powerful. So just sharing some of your thoughts about why this is such a good time.
Sure, yeah. I mean, first of all, the owner of CWE and I have been friends for years. So he sat me down in 2014. He sat my wife and I down and talked to me about how he was getting involved in crypto. And at that time, I had heard of cryptocurrency, but I definitely didn't know anything about it at all. I was busy, running my other businesses at the time. So, I politely declined and said, best of luck to you. Well, that was a bad decision because he went on to make tens of millions of dollars and start this incredible company. And over the years, I've just had too many people, too many friends tell me about crypto. Obviously, it's all over social media. It's all over the news. And as you said, the big banks, all the major players are now getting involved in crypto. So to me, those are just like flags waving right in front of my face saying you are crazy not to be getting involved in it. And one of my really good friends basically compared it to the internet, in the late 90s or early 2000s. A lot of us, back then didn't really know what the internet was going to be. I was in college at that time, so I guess I wasn't an entrepreneur at that time. But I definitely would have taken advantage of it had I known what it was going to become. And I think crypto is at that stage right now. I think we're at the stage where so many people know it's going to be huge in the future. We just don't know what it's going to be. And obviously in business, one of the most important things that you can possibly do is be at the right place at the right time. And I think more importantly, you have to recognize that you're there. And I've personally passed on crypto over and over and over again. And finally, in December of 2017, when the owner of CWE called me and said, "Hey, I want you to help me expand this company into the States." At that time, I said, "Listen, I'm going to take a look at what you're doing, but I definitely, as far as the networking side, I don't want to do that. I don't want to hop on webinars, and I don't want to go to trainings. And that's what I said. And it's funny now, 6.5 months later, here I am on a webinar with you. So that's how powerful it's been for me and how much it's changed my life, because I saw what they were doing. I saw the trades. I saw the product. And the fact that I got to use their software, keep my own crypto, that was big for me, to be able to have access to it myself. And I said I was going to do it, and I referred a few people. And now within 6.5 months, doing this extremely part-time, I have over 11,000 people in my business, and it's just been unbelievably incredible what has happened. And I'm pretty new to the crypto world, but I see where it's going in the future. And from all the other people I've met over the years that have done crypto, I've told every single person about CWE, because I believe that this is the right company at the right time. So that's just my take on why crypto and why CWE right now.
And that's awesome. And one thing that I always like to underscore as well. So one of our, those of us who have been into crypto, and this is for everyone, because I know I have some people on the call that aren't, and that will be listening to this recording, that aren't into not only CWE, but even cryptocurrency. So one of the things that I also just like to bring up so that it's understood is, so we do have the CWE software, and the CWE software, Justin is going to talk a little bit more about that. That is going to help us grow our existing cryptocurrency, right? So it's going to help us grow our existing cryptocurrency. However, with the network marketing side of it, there is the element that we grow and quite quickly and incrementally, we grow our Bitcoin, because this is how the network marketing element works. We earn our commissions through something called PV, or personal volume, and that is paid to us in cryptocurrency. So we grow our Bitcoin through our network marketing. So really powerful, guys. I want everyone to really grasp that we have two ways to grow our cryptocurrency balances through this company. Okay, so just something I just want everyone to really put their head around that. And it is a powerful combination. I will add that in too. It's a very powerful combination. So right now, Justin, if you would go ahead and unmute yourself and come on in, maybe have some thoughts here to close out just this why now, and then we're going to get right into the new bots.
Absolutely, Tina. Can you hear me?
I can. You sound great.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And thanks for having me on here today. And it's always a pleasure to, be on here with yourself and Mr. Mike Hall. You guys are rocking, but why now? And I just got done explaining to a couple people why now. And for those of you that are listening in, guys, I'm not a crypto expert. I just got involved in crypto almost 4 years ago. I bought a few Bitcoins at a really low price, and I forgot about them, right? And until all this hype and heckle was going on when Bitcoin hit 20,000 last year, and I decided, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have some of those, right? So anyway, long story short, why now? There is no better time than now, because when it was booming, I kind of kicked myself in the butt, because I really didn't pay attention to the 4 Bitcoins I did have and just my Coinbase wallet sitting there. Okay, I wish I would have took in consideration of researching it a little more to see how I can really maximize how I could have took advantage of the crypto boom the first time around. Until one day I started investing it. I lost a lot of money in certain kind of platforms that were guaranteeing you this and that, and got shut down for several reasons, until a good friend of mine, a guy named Tony, called me up on the phone one day, and I said, Tony, I don't want to hear about crypto. I was just so really had a bad taste in my mouth of when, he was talking about a platform, about trading and this and that. I said, Tony, I lost about $11,000 in my last investment I gave my Bitcoin, and I never got it back. And, he's like, no, Justin, you have to take a look at this. You control it all inside of your own exchange, 100%. I looked at it. I was like, wow, I was in. This was in the beginning of January. And, and by me saying that is, the crypto was up and down. But guys, I think personally that we are never going to see it this low again. So why now? There's no better time than now to get started and really, even if you're not educated in the crypto space, guys, I come from the construction background. I was a pipe layer for a water and sewer company, before I got involved in this industry. But I'm just saying that we have a software that gives you the vehicle to just sit right in and turnkey system that you can just plug right into the software, and it does the trading for you. You tell it what to do, when to do it, and it's a click of a button. You're already the software's fired up. So there is no better time than now, guys. I'm telling my family, I'm telling my people that are close to me, and most importantly, I'm reaching out to people across the world because we want everyone to take advantage of it. I'm sure you're all hearing about, the news and the blockchain and all these companies are getting involved with it. Guys, it's real. It's here and it's not going anywhere. So, number one, we give you the education that you need. And number two, we give you the software platform that anybody can come in and plug into and, start, having the software build your Bitcoin portfolio and help you for your future, for your family as well. So I'll turn it back to you, Tina. I'm really excited to kick this off.
Awesome. It is, I couldn't be more excited, honestly. And I know several of us are going to be at the International Trading event next week, and we'll talk about that briefly in just a few minutes. But I'd like you to really go ahead. I know you have more in-depth information about the new bots than a lot of us do. So if you could I have some of the screenshots of the new bots, and if you could just walk us through your experience. I know you're beta testing, very exciting. I've heard you speak about it, and it just gets me really pumped about it.
Absolutely, guys. We have a powerful software platform now that is, it does our auto trading for us. The bots are set up to, buy at a specific time, a specific price, and also only close at a specific profit percent, but there's no guarantees, right? The market's crazy and the market's up and down, but we have very, very intelligent robots that our programmers have put together for us. But most importantly, we're coming out with a new product, a new add-on to our software licenses that really gives us the entire whole customization of our own software bot in our own platform that CWE is providing and offering us. It's going to be launched here at the end of this month. But most importantly, guys, you can now choose your own strategy, where you're seeing at the screen right here, you can choose your own strategy, whether you're an expert trader that knows the different strategies off of different indicators, or whether you're new and have no idea what a strategy even is for the crypto trading market. Well, this is what CWE is putting together and has put together for us, and we are super excited about, is that you can just come in here and choose one or two of these strategies that are shown in this screen right here. And if you don't know what they are, you just click that little blue button right there, and it gives you all the information of what that strategy does and what it looks for when the bot is out executing a trade, which is very, very powerful. Now, most importantly as well is that we are going to be able to add our own strategy into our own customized bot in the platform when this is launched. So I'm really excited for that. But guys, there is no other company in this industry that allows us to customize our own bot inside of our own platform. And most importantly, it's another thing is that it's like we're having our own custom software, building it the way we want. As you can see on the next screen here is that it shows you the investment that you want the bot to go execute the trades for you. You can choose your coins. You're able to also choose how long the coins, you can also choose the bot when it goes and executes coins of specific coins that had to be on an exchange for an extended period of time. So for example, the bot is not actually out there buying these new ICOs that hit the market, that pump and dump, right? You can actually select a number of days that the bot can go out and find those coins that have been on that exchange that you choose for that particular amount of time. And also, guys, you can also set up percentages, bounce percentages. I mean, this literally has every single strategy input module that you can actually ever think of. And that is so powerful, because I was thinking, man, what really would top our software off if we were able to customize our own bot inside this platform, guys. And we are now going to be able to do that. And it's going to be an absolute game changer. So yeah, Tina, I'm really excited for this. And I'm actually beta testing it right now, guys. You know, the owners gave a couple of us, traders here inside the company that give us an idea of what it's going to look like and how it's going to perform. So we're doing some paper trading, which you can also set up inside of this as well. You can test the strategy out using fake money, and then you can see what that strategy is doing for you. Then all you do is click a button and turn it live, and now you can plug that strategy right into what you were doing in the paper strategy. From the results that you were receiving, you can now get it live and by earning Bitcoin, which is very exciting. So I've been beta testing now the past couple of days, guys, and I literally just opened up my back office, and the one trade, closed in the market. That's kind of crazy, right? 298 completed trades in profit, all right, just in the past 24 hours, which is literally mind-blowing, guys, literally mind-blowing, because of the strategy that you use. The bot's going to go out and execute it, whether it's a down market or a bull, whether it's a bear market or a bull market. The bot will not execute a trade until it hits your strategy, whether it's indicators, whether it's a buy percentage, whether it's the 24-hour volume in Bitcoin. It has to hit a specific number that you choose. We have everything in there, from the newest person all the way to the expert trader, that can now, sit back, set your strategy up, and let the bot do the work for you, which is very, very powerful.
One of the things too, Justin, that I like, that I know it's been talked about for a while, but based on this screen, the fact that I know there's a lot of anxiety when people will go into their bot and they'll see individual trades that perhaps are in a negative. And what I think is going to be very powerful is that the screen that we'll be able to see through this particular bot will actually give us the overall total profits. And so you can, from what I'm understanding, because I'm not beta testing it, but from my understanding, we can still go in and see the individual trades, but it will actually be like we're seeing here. It's a dashboard where it gives us the overall. And then we can click on that red button that says close all transactions, and the percent that we will realize, that we will gain in our profit, will be that one single field of total profit.
Yes, correct. And that's what it's going to allow us to do. You can actually choose as many coins as you want out of the exchange that you select, out of your exchange that you're trading from. And, yes, you'll be able to see the specific coins as well as what the profit is. And there's also a filter system now built in where you can click on all the coins that are still pending, all the coins that have completed by yourself as the user or the bot itself. So everything is now in a filter system where you can click on a button and it'll show you all the trades that have completed, all the trades that still are in a pending trade, all the ones that are in profit, everything. You can actually click on it by a specific coin to see what that trade has bringing in as a profit, which is very exciting also.
Yeah, that's very cool. And apologies that this screen is a little bit blurry, because I wanted to try to this graphic, I wanted to try to blow it up a little bit just to show that, you can see in the bottom the individual coins. So it will look different than what some of you are used to if you currently have the software and you're using the HPSI software and the HPSI bot. So it is going to have a little bit of a different interface, but it still will have those same features in regard that you choose your coins, but it's going to be, on steroids, right? It's going to be blown out a lot, because you can actually really choose individual strategies. And as you had mentioned before, and what that other screen was showing, there will be strategies that are already loaded in there. So let's say, Justin, we could see Justin's strategy perhaps, and we could select his strategy. So we could actually utilize a bot that somebody else has already set up and has proven to be successful. So I think that is also going to be very powerful, and I'll be definitely looking for your name, Justin.
Awesome. Yeah, if you don't mind, I can just share a quick screen share of just one of the beta tests, just so you guys can get an idea of what it looks like, if that's okay, or you want to just continue with the slides. And this is just a paper trade.
Yeah, if you would like to, go ahead.
It just, I'll just.
Yeah, you should have control, so go ahead.
Yeah, if you just stop sharing, Tina, then you'll be able to pick back up. But it'll take just a couple seconds, just so everyone can see what I'm talking about here really quickly. Now, you're going to be able to still see the red trades, okay? But this is just a beta test, okay, here, that, I put a 0.5 Bitcoin in there, which you can set it up for however you want. The minimum trade per coin is 0.005. So I'm telling this bot, okay, to go in there, I'm going to invest 0.5 Bitcoin. Well, you can choose, 0.1, 500, 0.05, whatever. Okay, but this is just a beta test. But look at this, guys. So far, completed orders 238. There's still 92 pending, and I did not sell a one. That was from the bot. All right, now you're going to see some that are pending, which are negative 15%, guys. But just the other day, all right, a lot of the ones that turned green were negative, 15. But it seems like it's moving a lot faster with the market, and the bot is on point every single time. So if I just click on up here for profit, let me just click on profit or status. I'm sorry. So if I click on status, so it's going to show me all the 238 that closed out. All right, already just from, you can see the date here in 7/19, okay, that came in here. And look at the percentages, guys. Okay, this is no joke. And this is it's kind of a market that's wishy-washy. And this was actually from today, 7/19, right here's the date, okay, that all these 7/18, all these ones closed out 7/17, just from the last couple days, okay, 238 trades closed out in a profit. Now there's no guarantees, right? There's 4 pages of these. Okay, you can see on page 2, page 3, page 4. Now there's still some that are pending in red, which is fine because everything starts off, in red. Like this one here is 0.06, 15, 6 and 8. But see, guys, that doesn't bother me, okay? Because I know that what I set this bot up to do with my strategy, I know that because I selected the coins, I chose every single coin in the exchange. But now when the bot's going to execute that trade, when it goes for a sell, it's going to wait until it profits, and it doesn't stop at just 1.2%. It'll ride it up to 3%. It'll ride it up to over almost 4%. Some are almost 8%. There was one at 7.5, right? So by tomorrow or by the end of the day, depending on the market, that's not the bot's fault. It's me because I told it what to do with the strategy. Okay. The majority of these, if the market keeps going the way it is, will be green as well tomorrow. So it's not a sprint. Okay. It's let the bot and software do its thing. But I'm telling you guys, it's literally insane that so far in just a few days time, 238 closed trades is absolutely mind-blowing. So that's just one of my beta tests, which is out of this world. And I'm super excited for this to get launched, here coming up here in the next few days. Tina, back to you. Oh, she's muted out. There you are, Tina.
There I am. Thank you. That is awesome. I'm so glad we got to see that because that's powerful. That is powerful. All right. So let's see. What are you guys seeing right now? Are you seeing
your beautiful face? Oh.
Okay. Well, let's try this.
There you go. Back to the slides.
All right. So you were talking about paper trading, and just very quickly, guys, what that means is you're not actually doing live trades. You are testing it. You are setting up your bot, and you are trying out a strategy. So you don't have to worry, you're not putting in real Bitcoin just yet. You're testing it out. So when you hear that term, quote unquote, paper trading, that means you are not in a live trade. So we can do this with our software. Some people, I don't know if they're following a specific coin, they could paper trade actually on a piece of paper if you were following one coin in particular. If I got into the trade at this price, then this is what it would be. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of pull that together because that term may not be familiar with everybody, that is what that means. And so we talked about the element of also growing our Bitcoin through the network marketing component. And I just want to share with you that CWE is also doing something that's phenomenal. They looked at what was available, and Tomas Perez Cavero is the CEO, and he determined that he wanted just to create his own system. It was just going to fit better. He didn't see anything out in the market that was exactly what he wanted, so he created it. And we are going to have access to this. There will be some pre-designed campaigns for those that maybe don't have a marketing background. You can select one of the pre-configured campaigns that are going to be available. And when you do that, you'll be able to see what that will look like. You will have, you can share a link. So some of you may not understand what a funnel is. That is how you would put a link. Maybe you're advertising, maybe you're sharing information from a webinar. You would provide a link to your guest that you're talking to. Perhaps it's family or friends, and you would provide a link and you say, hey, if you want some more information, you can click here. And what that would do is it would provide them with what we call a campaign. And that campaign would include information and some additional videos that they can watch. Just basically think of it like as a brochure, right? But it's going to be online. It's an online marketing tool. So you're going to be able to select from these pre-designed ones. Maybe somebody is in school, you would, in studies or in college. The studies would be an excellent choice. Maybe they're a trader, that they're trading perhaps already in cryptocurrency and perhaps in other type markets, and you would then select that campaign. You would also then go in and you select your capture page. There's going to be many images available, and they would be pre-designed. You're also going to have the ability to modify and to have your own custom version. So sorry. Wow. Okay. So very awesome. There's going to be so many different choices to make that you truly, even if you use pre-designed images or text, you're going to be able to have so many combinations. It's going to be very different. So here's just some examples of what a capture page would look like. Again, what that means is when someone clicks on a link that you provide, this is the page that they would then be sent to. They would put in their name and their email, and then it becomes part of what's called a funnel. They will receive then an automated welcome email followed up by a few other emails to continue to tell them about the CB opportunity. All right, we've already seen this page. And then you're going to be able to customize those emails. There will be some preset ones, but you can customize them as well, which is very, very powerful. Some of you who have some online marketing experience will be able to put whatever text that you would prefer. You can obviously put your name in there, maybe your email, your contact information, but it's going to be customizable to what you would like to do. But no fears, if you are not well versed in network marketing, you are going to be provided the emails. There will be emails provided that you can utilize as well. All right, do we still have Mike? Mike, are you still on the line? I'd love for you to talk really quick about Macau. I will share with everyone that all three of us will be in Macau Mike Hall, Justin Paletti, myself. We really would love to see you there. We'd love to be able to talk with you face to face. So make sure that when you are there, you do find us and say a big hello. But Mike, I'd love for you to say a couple of words about Macau.
Yeah, sure. And first of all, I just want to say both you and Justin did a great job explaining some of the up and coming things. And yeah, Macau is going to be exciting. I leave here in a couple days. I've been traveling like crazy. I've been gone since June 25th, and I literally just got home yesterday for a couple days, and then I'm hopping back on a plane to get out to Macau. And I've talked to some of the team, the corporate team, about some of the things that are going to be coming out for us, and it's going to be exciting. I mean, one of the things that the people that I've talked to in the States, at least, is just kind of having a system that is simple for somebody who's never been in crypto to get started, and basically somebody holding your hand on how to do all of the simple things that we need to do to set up the bots and start making money and building a team and, peaking people, what to say to them, to, weekly webinars, weekly trainings. So everybody can go from somebody who's never been in crypto, but you want to be, to somebody who's making, 6 figures and then some within a fairly short period of time. So those are the types of things that they're going to be unraveling, I guess, or announcing at the international event. Obviously, you can see there it's in a couple days. I once heard that successful people make quick decisions and stick with them. So for those of you that are debating, or maybe you're just hearing about Macau for the first time, we would love to have you come. It's not like it's just across the street to you. I know some of you guys would have to travel across the world, but Macau is kind of the Las Vegas of Asia. So it's not going to be just an event where we're going to get a lot of information, which is going to be well worth it, but it's also going to be a great time. We've got a party that's going to be happening. So my recommendation is figure out a way to get there. And for those of us that are going to be there, we're not going to need a jet to fly home. We're going to be so excited about some of the things that are going to be announced. And I'm ready. We're doing this before the event, obviously, but I'm so excited to hurry up and get back so I can start getting to work and just building my business, getting some of these bots and some of the stuff that Justin talked about, having that active so we can have everybody using it. So it's going to be exciting. For those of you that are there, make sure you come and talk to me as well. And I can't wait to get back and get to work.
Well, let me share something very quick. So there was another event earlier in the year in March, and I knew I needed to be there. And I knew I needed to be there to change the trajectory of my business, which was already in high gear. And I made my reservations less than 2 days before the beginning of the event. I made my reservations for Macau because I had some other items that were obstacles for me. And I just made my reservations for Macau a few days ago as well. So for those of you who perhaps have not, don't let that be an obstacle in front of you. Figure it out, for lack of a more finesse way to say that, and you can do it. I've checked the tickets even up to today. They are the same price that they were 3 weeks ago and 4 weeks ago. And I am traveling it's an extensive flight, as you guys both are as well. So there is no reason to not be open-minded to it. So I just want to share that, guys, that I was in a place for the very first event where it was a little bit of a challenge. It was a 24-hour flight, but I made it happen, and it was less than 48 hours before the beginning of the event. So there is registration on next Wednesday. All day on Thursday is going to be loads of speakers, all the announcements, what we've talked about, but so much more. You really don't want to miss that. And then the Friday training sessions are where we're going to actually be engaged in learning how to use these several, there's many things that we're going to be introduced. And so you then will be able to come back and work with new members, your existing team. It's going to be very powerful. So definitely come and just be there. Just be there. And Mike, I know you are huge on live events. Can you just?
Hey, Tina, I would like to just touch on international events, guys. Many of you who are involved with CWE already, or maybe you're new for the first time. Even if you're new for the first time, still we welcome everybody to the events. But just to let you all know my story and situation, to travel across the world, is I'm not sacrificing, but I have a 16-month-old little boy and a wife where I'm going to be leaving them, and they for about 8 days to go to Macau, but they realize that I need to be there. And, do I want to leave my son? Absolutely not. But you know what? It's going to benefit him for his future, because I know by missing an international convention can really hurt my business. And what I mean by hurting my business is because you want to be able to be there firsthand to see the corporate staff, to meet all the international leaders that we're seeing on our social media platforms. But there's nothing like meeting them in person. So and so my mindset on this, yes, I'm going to be sacrificing time away from my family, but most importantly, I cannot afford not to go, not to be there, because what I just shared with you guys, I want to share with you this. What I just shared with you on just one of the paper trading things that I share with you inside the back office as a beta test, that is nothing compared to what else we are coming out with, okay, that nobody even knows about. So what I shared with you on that little platform with the bot showing you 238 green trades, that is nothing. That's not even a tip of the iceberg. And this is why it's very important that you have to be there, and why I need to be there, and why Mike is sacrificing, and Tina and all of us leaders and individuals are going to be there, because we're going to get trained firsthand of how to utilize and maximize these new add-ons to our software, which is going to be mind-blowing. So I just wanted to touch base on that and just let you all know that if you can be there, don't give yourself an excuse why not to be there. Because if you're telling yourself you can't afford it, well, you cannot afford not to be there. So I'm really excited for this, and I'm looking forward to see all of you that are going to be there next week in Macau.
And I agree with you. It was pivotal for me to be at the Thailand event. It will be pivotal for me to be at this event as well. And you touched on something I just want to reiterate, and that is, for now, what we have seen today and what will be introduced is going to be added to those of you who are already in CWE. Okay, so that is, you are going to have that added to your existing license. I just want to really underscore that as well, because that is very powerful. And Justin, I know you've talked about that as well with.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not involved and you're thinking about getting involved, okay, what I shared with you, is just the tip of, not even, maybe just a little tip of the iceberg of what we are going to be launching. But if you get started, we are actually pre-launching it now. You want to definitely get back to the person who invited you to this webinar today and get your license, CWE license set up, because the ones who get started here in the pre-launch with our license software, the Trade 8 package is the package that most everybody is on. We also have a couple other choices, but get back to the person who got you here today. And if you get started in our pre-launch with one of the software license that you choose with the person who got you here, you will get access to what I just shared with you and our new upgrades coming and the add-ons to the software free, guys. No charge. Now, after the pre-launch and the event, I cannot tell you what CWE is going to jack the price of this to, because it's literally the best add-ons to any software and any types of industries that involve in trading. So the benefit of today and up to, in the next few days, if you get started, those of you who get started with our software license will get these add-ons absolutely free added into your software. So get back to the person for sure, so you take advantage of that.
Yes, absolutely. And Mike, if you would just take a couple of moments just to talk about your experience with live events.
Sure, perfect. What I'll say to what you got. Like, your stories are the exact reason why you guys are having so much success in this business. People who create wealth in life, it's not necessarily because they're smarter than other people or they're luckier than other people. It's because they make things happen. And both of the stories that you guys just heard from Tina and Justin, they are making things happen. And that's how you get wealthy in business. And we have a tremendous opportunity to get wealthy in crypto. We're at the right place at the right time. It's early in crypto. It's early in CWE. And we have the ability to change not only our lives, but literally thousands of other people's lives just by referring them to this program that we have. The reason for me why live events are so important is because people make emotional decisions when it comes to this type of a business, right? When you're going along without going to these events, without seeing and meeting the people and being in that energy and that environment, you can build a business and you can make money and you can do a good job. But once again, without making a life decision, if it wasn't for the emotional decisions that Tina and Justin made, they would never have the success that they've had. So years ago, when I decided to get in this type of an industry, I was broke. I was in debt. I had no money at all. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And somebody convinced me to borrow money to fly across the country to come to an event. And I sat through that event as a young kid, with no direction. And by the end of the event, I had made an emotional decision saying that I am going to get wealthy in this industry. And years later, that is exactly what's happened because I made that emotional decision. That person who was very adamant about me going, he didn't buy my excuses. And because of that, he is still a good friend of mine today. And I have no idea where my life would be if he would have bought my excuses and I wouldn't have gotten to that event. So for those of you that come to the events, I promise you, you will be excited when you go. The best analogy I can think of is if you go through this business with like a cell phone, right? Your cell phone has to be plugged into the wall or it has to be plugged in to get back to 100%. And that's what these events do, is it will plug you back into everything that's going on and get you fired up and back to 100%. And when you are at 100% and you want to start influencing other people and you want to start changing other people's lives, well, you have to be fully energized yourself before you go out and have true results with other people, because people buy your energy. You are your business. And if you're kind of lollygagging through the business, then you're probably going to get half-hearted results. So that's my take on things. For those of you that get there, you're going to be very thankful that you went. And I'm excited to see what happens the rest of 2018 after this event.
Thank you so much. Yes, very awesome. And you touched on something that I just want to say. And I mentioned it at the top of the webinar, that CWE has two elements. And so we have the business of our personal trading, but we have the business of the business, okay? The business of talking about CWE, talking about the opportunity. And so with those two separate entities that we have available to us with CWE, that's what's powerful. I can do the trading for my personal self, for my personal gains, for my personal profit, and I can also then have the CWE as my business, and I grow my business. And I love that CWE has those available, both of those available to me to really, catapult my success. And I love also sharing that and seeing other people succeed. So get back to the person who referred you here today. If you're not already plugged in, we would love to help you. I know I have a few leaders within my team on this call as well. And some of you listening, you've already talked to somebody, you've been on the fence perhaps. Go ahead, reach out to the person, talk to them. We have amazing things coming up, guys, and we're going to be even more off the charts. We'll definitely be holding more webinars when we get back from Macau. They'll be even more regular than perhaps you've seen of late. We've been very much head down and getting a lot of things done, but we are going to be really helping you grow your business and your teams as well. So stay tuned for announcements. I know there's many different groups that are in it that will be viewing this over the next several days. Get plugged in. That is what I can share. Justin, do you have any final note?
I do not, Tina. Awesome to end that call, this webinar. It's guys, it's something here is really to be excited about. Okay, I've been searching and searching to try to find something better, and I'll tell you what, there is not. Okay, because I want to see who the competition is out there for CWE, and there is none. I'm telling you that right now with what we are about ready to launch is going to revolutionize the entire crypto space and industry. And I'm telling you, if you're not involved now, get involved now. If not, I hate to see you guys, think back 3 months from now and say, man, I wish I would have got started then. If you're thinking about it, if you're on the fence, get back to the person like Tina says here, and we'll get you set up and get you already in line with what's going to happen and what's going to be launched here with what we're going to be announcing at the event.
Awesome. Well, Mike, thank you so much. Justin, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and an honor to have you guys both on here. Thanks everyone for joining us, and we will see you in Macau next week. Thanks, guys.